Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to be talking about Titan Bubble and Warlock Weather Radiance. Now, there are some shenanigans going on in Destiny right now with these two particular supers. Destiny Bulletin has tweeted here saying, "This was an unintentional oversight on our part. Bungie has confirmed that Titan Bubble and Warlock Weather Radiance are currently bugged after the Edge of Fate update, taking massive boss damage." Interesting. I mean, let's be honest, right? Titan Bubble is just never viable anymore. I rarely see Titan Bubble in the game, and Weather Radiance is very hit and miss, even still, to be honest with you. There's so many counters to Weather Radiance, it's unbelievable. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this blog post, and we're going to see exactly what's going on. So, moving on over, it says, "This was an unintentional oversight on our part. Bungie confirms blah, blah, blah." We already read that. Bungie confirms a new Destiny 2 bug making Titan and Warlock supers take massive damage from bosses, calling it an unintentional oversight after the Edge of Fate update. Destiny 2's newest expansion, the Edge of Fate, launched last month with huge changes, new content, and some of the most ambitious system overhauls in the game that it has ever seen. I fucked up that sentence, but you guys know what I mean. From the brand new portal system to the revamped armor and ability stats, it's been a massive shakeup for players across the board. But while the expansion has brought plenty of excitement, it hasn't exactly been a smooth ride. Since the Edge of Fate 3 update dropped, players have run into a long list of issues. There's actually today, as I'm recording this video, there's a new patch coming out. We've seen movement speed not working as intended. That's actually still in the game right now. The new Armor 3.0 stat system is bugged, yet especially for class items, and other stealth nerfs. Yeah, to be honest with you, actually now that is kind of being summarized, there are quite a few issues. This movement bug, by the way, unbearable in PvP. Unbearable in PvP. At least in PvE, you've got eager edge. You know what I mean? That was me, not you. But, yeah, like, it's a long list. Anyway, moving on. Got an image of Titan Bubble there. I actually really enjoy that image. And now, it looks like 2 more bugs have been found, this time hitting Titan and Warlock supers. You know what? Hunters get away with so much. I cannot stand Hunters, man. I was recently just in Trials, and the amount of Hunter smokes that I'm dealing with is so unbelievably disgusting. Like, I cannot stand Hunters, and I cannot stand you if you are a Hunter. Anyway, moving on from that. Brilliant. Now the page is unresponsive. And you know what? It's probably a Hunter that did that. Titan Bubble and Warlock Weather Radiance are currently bugged in Destiny 2. The latest problem came into light on the Destiny... Oh my god. The latest problem came to light on the Reddit Destiny the Game subreddit, where a player shared data showing the Titan's Ward of Dawn Bubble and Warlock's Weather Radiance are currently taking way more damage from bosses than they actually should. According to the post, Titan Bubble is apparently taking 2,700% increased damage from bosses, whilst Warlock of Weather Radiance is taking 500% increased boss damage. That is absolutely insane. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, actually. The player noted that Resilience, now health after the Edge of Fate update, has no effect at all. They described the bubble as going from an impenetrable dome of light to a plastic bag. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly right. Even before the Edge of Fate, rarely saw people use Bubble. Adding that it's been a rough spot since the final shape launch. Yes, very true. The data comes from the Destiny Data Compendium, a well-known community resource for in-game stats. Bungie has since responded directly to the post via the official Destiny 2 account, confirming this is indeed a bug and not an intentional nerf. "Hey there, thanks for bringing the awareness to this bug." The reply reads, "This was an unintentional oversight on our part prior to 9.0.0. A Titan Bubble resistance and Warlock Weather Radiance resistance were tied to the character's resilience stat, but that stat was removed with 9.0.0 and nothing replaced it. So the Bubble and Well are pointing to a 0 stat for any type of resistance right now. We're working on getting this corrected soon." I mean, it's very interesting how long it actually takes for this bug to actually be kind of resolved. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, all they really need to do is just change it to be binded to the health stat, right? Or am I wrong? Like, obviously, you know, I don't want to backseat game develop here or anything like that, but, like, I mean, isn't that really all you need to do? I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know, but anyway, they go on to say that the dev says a fix is in the works, though no ETA yet. In related news, Sony recently confirmed that Bungie is slowly becoming a part of the PlayStation Studios. I've actually already gone through that. There's a video on my channel right now of us going through that. But yeah, That's very interesting. Weather Radiance taking a hit, Bubble taking a consistent hit. Literally, like I said, no one uses Bubble in the game right now. But if we move on over to the Reddit post here, this is actually the whole thing here, and we can read some comments here. So yet another stealth nerf. I mean, is it really a stealth nerf? A stealth nerf is when Bungie intentionally nerfs something and they don't tell us about it, right? It just kind of happens in the background. Bubble now takes 2,700% increased damage from bosses. Resilience, aka health, seems to have no impact on Bubble health. Where actually is the spreadsheet, though? I don't think there's an actual spreadsheet here, but nevertheless, I actually wanted to read the comments anyway. Okay, let's have a look here. So, Sapirios says, lol, at the plastic bag comment, Bubble seems like it's been dead for a while now, basically niche and only useful in very specific activities / encounters. Even then, I don't think it's viable. There's so much better options. The amount of PvE content that I see Titans in, they're pretty much all using Titan Crash. You know what I mean? T-Crash seems to be the go-to for that fat boss damage. Maybe not even that now with the stealth nerf. Would be nice to see it return in some form of usefulness. They absolutely should. I would go as far as to say that you should be completely immune when you're in that bubble, to be honest with you. Like, it is obviously that, that wouldn't work in things like, capture and trials and things like that. But, like, it's a bubble. You're in a giant ball of light. You know what I mean? Yes, it is very niche on some encounters, but now it doesn't even have health. 2,700% increased damage. Hope this is a bug. Yeah, it is a bug. Bungie's already confirmed it. Now, let's go on over to the very polite and knowledgeable place. That is the Twitter comments. And these guys, obviously, they're commenting on this now. Bug against player. This shit ain't gonna be fixed anytime soon. And you know what? This person actually might be right. As much as, I like to kind of stand on Bungie's side quite a lot, Bungie's kind of timings on their fixes aren't always, they're not always well placed in the right way. But then again, there's so much going on in the game right now. Maybe they haven't got a planned time for it to actually properly be fixed because of the amount that they're working on right now. Because like I said, even as I'm recording this right now, there's going to be patch notes and a whole thing that they're bringing to the game to just fix a whole list of bugs. All right, why does Bungie hate us Warlocks? I know, nerf Hunter Smoke. Like, Hunters are such an issue in PvP. God damn it, I played the whole campaign as Saint 14 Bubble Titan and I knew there was something wrong. This person obviously likes the bubble. It's the only person in the community using that super. I don't understand how an expansion that's over a month old at this point is still so unstable. I would have preferred to take a delay than all of this get patched out after community discovery. Once again, we are the playtesters. To be honest with you, these type of bugs don't really warrant a delay, to be honest. There's nothing game-breaking about this. People are still enjoying the game. The grind is absolutely fine, in my opinion, and I've got a whole video on that coming very soon. So, yeah, I don't think it needed to be delayed at all. I think that comment's not... I think he's more speaking from frustration than a logical mindset there. And Maddie Raygun says, Jesus, Bungie, what isn't bugged? Also bugged, completed the Trials Seasonal Challenge, did not reward a Trials weapon. I got some level 200 trash. They might change it in the future, but that is the game as intended, not a bug. We'll read a couple more here. They just hate Warlocks so much. To be honest with you, I hate Warlocks, and I'm a Warlock main, and I can't stand Weather Radiance. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of leave it there, to be honest with you, because there really isn't much else to say on this other than the fact that, it's very interesting how something like this kind of gets overlooked. The amount of playtesters that they actually have at Bungie, we think just because they've had all of the layoffs that they've literally got no one playtesting the game. That's just simply not true. They do have people playtesting the game. They do run various, ways of how they can play the game. But there's only so much that they can do, right? You can have 15, 20, 30 playtesters. Those 20, 30, 40 playtesters that they've got at Bungie to try all this stuff out, it doesn't really compare to the over 100,000 players that you've got playing your game. There's a lot of eyes on Destiny right now. There's a lot of eyes on Bungie right now, especially with the whole marathon shenanigans as well. So I'm actually not surprised that this kind of went past the radar a little bit. And yes, sometimes it does feel like the Destiny community are the playtesters, like that comment said. I do kind of understand where they're going with that. However, bugs are always going to be a thing. There's a lot of moving pieces that builds Destiny, so I'm not surprised that when you apply an update, it does kind of knock a piece out of the socket, if that makes sense. So I think people are being a little bit too harsh than what they actually should be. It's not a massive deal as far as I'm concerned. The endgame content is still getting completed in many, many easy ways right now. So yeah, is what it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Hopefully they get a patch out soon. But nevertheless, guys, I want to throw it back to you. What do you think of all of this? Do you think Bungie are just completely out of their depth? Or do you think it's not that big of a deal like myself? And we'll just, you know, we'll get the patch when we get the patch. What do you reckon? Anyway, guys, like I said, I'll throw those thoughts and opinions back to you. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning into this video today. And I'll see you around, guys. Take care.